I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome the King of Irish Country Music, Big Tom McBride, to Hot Country, and also over here, of course, the Queen of Irish Country Music, and that's Margo. You're very, very welcome to Hot Country, Tom. Tell us about your great new single which you've recorded with Margo.
Well, it was Margo's idea that she was going to get a song that we'd record, and she did definitely. And when she was getting the song, she picked a good one. And a fellow called Hugh O'Brien wrote it, and he's well known in the writing business all over the country. And I think it's a lovely song, and it came out. I'm very happy the way it came out.
Absolutely, you're getting great reaction all over Ireland.
Yeah, seemingly, yeah, that's right.
And Margo, how did you come across the song? Was it especially written for yourself and Tom?
Yeah, well, it was always a thing I wanted to do personally, to record with Tom. And I don't be out there now touring anymore, so I mentioned it to Shuni Cramsey. Actually, I was talking about him writing a song for Tom's album, for his new album. And then I said to him, you know, you should write a duet for me and Tom. And that was about 10 o'clock in the morning. And at 10 past 12 he rang me and he said, since 2 hours passed, he says, you and Big Tom have got married. So he sent it down and I came out here and Tom loved it, and then we went down to where Tom records all his stuff at Jonathan Owen's and we put it down, and it's been such a big hit. I mean, if the charts were going now for singles, I mean, it definitely would have reached the number one. But it was a personal thing. You know, I have done all I want to do in the music business, and I've had a lot of highs, and like everybody else, but that's my greatest achievement, to record with somebody. I love Tom so much. I've always loved his singing, and I've always loved, you know, his warmth and his personality. And like, we'll never have the likes of this man again, never.
Absolutely.
And I'm so honoured, and I'm really glad that it has been such a big hit.
And the name of the song is?
A Love That's Lasted Through the Years.
And Tom, you're also recording a brand new album. Tell us about that.
Well, it's in the very early stages of it, and there's a few tracks down all right, but it'll take another few weeks now before we get a full album done and recorded and that.
And you're also out doing some concerts which are selling out, dances I should say, which are selling out all over the country. You were recently down in Ennis with a huge night down there.
Oh yeah, we always done well in Ennis down through the years and that, you know. But any place that we've played in the last 6 months or 12 months and that, they're all great nights and sellouts, and so it's really like it's great to see it. And I suppose if you weren't getting a lot of people out to hear you, you wouldn't go out, and you know, it's just great.
Because you love being on the stage, Tom.
I love being on the stage, but best of all, I love what we're doing, country music, and I've always loved country music from I was in the program.
Right. And tell me, Margo, you have helped Tom pick tracks for his album, his new album coming out.
Yeah, and like some, I would come out and let him hear things. And Tom will never record anything that he's not completely happy with, you know. And I'm honoured to be able to sit with him, and he gets me to write out the words of them all, and that, and I'm honoured to do that. But this album it'll be really, really good, because he's hand-picking all the songs himself. He's got the run of it, you know, and Tom's very humble when he talks about what he means to people. I mean, I get letters and phone calls nearly every week, people saying to me, you know, what'll happen to us if anything happens to Big Tom? You know, and it's the love that's out there for that man. It's totally unique, and there'll never, I mean never, be anybody, Hugh, that'll ever mean so much to the people in our generation as they do to that man there.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. I
he's
mean,
very loved.
even when we play a video on Hot Country, and now we've actually launched a HD player worldwide, and I'm amazed at the number of people in, say, New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Ohio. We put up a song there recently, and the reaction back from the people out there which is again a new
absolutely.
market.
And I mean, it's amazing. I speak to an awful lot of people. If I was out in America there now, I know this woman in Boston, and she was from Connemara, and she went out to Boston as a young girl, and she reared her family and got married out there. And I was chatting to her one day when I was out, and she was asking me about Tom. Did I ever see him? And I said, oh, I do. I go out and I visit him in Rose. And she says, the most precious thing I carried from Ireland all those years ago was an album of Big Tom's. You know, and that is, you know, that's what legends are made of.
Absolutely.
You know.
And Big Tom, back to your songs and your hits. You have a unique way of picking a track, and each of the tracks have been a hit. What do you look for in a song before you record it?
I'd listen to the song, Hugh, and if I didn't like the song, I wouldn't record it. I have to like the song, you know. Country music's something that I think it's in you, because if you're not a lover of country music, or if you don't like country music, I don't think you should be singing country songs, because country song is sang from the heart, and you have to have a feeling for it.
Right.
You know, if you haven't got the feeling in it, you're better off not recording it at all, you know.
Yeah. You performed your latest hit with Margo up in RT a couple of weeks back. You got great reaction to that show.
It was unbelievable, yeah. And so we didn't know how to do. Like, Margo always had great belief in it and that, like, but I never done much at duos or but it turned out great, and people are looking for it and talking about it all the time on the radio, and you know, and wherever you go, people ask you about it.
And Margo, concert-wise yourself, you're doing some concerts this year also. Tell us about those and where you'll be performing.
Well, I'm only doing a thing down in Roscommon that Tom's on, and I'm not really doing a whole lot more. I'm doing a couple of songs down at Trudy Lawler's thing in Killaloo, I think, later on.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But apart from that, I'm not really going to do any touring. I've done what I want to do. You know, if there's a special thing out there, of course, I'll go to it. And there's a lot of charities that both of us would attend and give of our time.
And finally,
to.
Tom, when do you expect the launch of your latest album?
It'll not be for another, maybe, could be 5 weeks. Anyway, I'd say, before we get it finished up.
Yeah, and how many tracks in the album?
There'll be 13 or 12 or 13, I'm not sure, it
Right.
depends.
And all recorded with Jonathan Owens,
Yeah.
number one in the business for recording.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. He's the equipment to do it, and the sound he gets is unbelievable.
Well, Big Tom and Margo, thank you very much for taking the time out to join us today on Hot Country, and we wish you the best of luck, Tom, on your new album, and continued success to both of you.
Thank you, Hugh.
Hugh, thank you very much, and you're very welcome to Orem once again. It's not the first time you were in Orem, but it's nice to see you around these parts again. And
Thank you very much, Tom.
enjoy your show every week.
You're going out the same way you came in. It don't matter who you are, where you've been. Makes no difference who you are, Skid Row Joe or Superstar. You're going out the same way you came in. We are born into this world without a thing, and we leave it just as naked as we came. Yeah, we drive a coupe de ville on a mansion on the hill.
All together now.
You're going out the same way you came in. It don't matter who you are or where you've been. It makes no difference who you are. Still you're a superstar. You're going out the same way you came in. And don't
Here.
forget it.
Hey!